Thanks for joining to take a look at order picking with Quickbase. We'll explore some of the ways that you can use Quickbase to improve your operational workflows around order picking. My name is Scott Burdett, and I'll be hosting this session. I lead the Client Solutions team at Trinity, a gold Quickbase solution provider. I enjoy working with companies to significantly improve their business processes, especially in the area of supply chain management. This session will focus on order picking, although Trinity has solved for many other areas of the supply chain, including procurement, logistics, manufacturing, inventory management, and other operational areas. We'll start out by taking a look at some of the order picking challenges many of you face. Then look at how you can get a better handle on order management. After that, we'll get into the core of this session by looking at how different companies have tackled order picking and finish with some key takeaways. Let's get started. Over the years, Trinity has found that clients struggle with a common set of challenges around order picking. These 5 areas always seem to be at the core of client problems and include systems that have only the ability to do paper-based picking, having to batch print all the orders for a single day and manage the operational workflow from a stack of paper. Prioritization of orders and the queuing of the orders is a huge challenge for most clients. Updates to orders that are written on paper. And we all know what can happen to correctly update the order system after the fact from all that paper. And the lack of ability to measure picker performance. My guess is that you are watching this session because you have at least 3 of these challenges. I'm here to tell you that you can solve for all of them. Let's see how. There are hundreds of different diagrams of supply chain components. I selected this one for today's conversation in that it has the key components of the supply chain. This session is going to focus on warehouse and fulfillment. And within warehouse and fulfillment, these 5 components are typically core to any order management process from order capture through shipping. On top of that, the best solutions have tools to have real-time visibility into all processes and great reporting tools. Today's focus will be on these key areas, especially around order picking. While the largest ERP solutions are good at a lot of things, flexibility at the edge and being agile where you need it the most typically leaves a lot to be desired. If you bring this data into a Quickbase app, you can then have a whole new set of tools to work with, especially around order management. Let's take a look at managing orders in Quickbase for better visibility and control of the work that needs to be done. Here is an order management app developed on the Quickbase platform. Immediately, we can see a summary of all outstanding orders across all warehouses. These orders came in from an ERP solution, but they can also originate right from the Quickbase app if that is where you want to start from. There is also a list of orders that are in the process of being picking, orders that are ready for final QC or checkout, and open orders by warehouse. Let's take a deeper look at all the open orders by warehouse. Here we can view all 2,068 orders that are in the picking and checkout state. The orders are queued by priority by warehouse. The orders can be easily filtered by order status. Let's filter ours down to the new ones. And now from there we can filter by warehouse. We can easily look at just one warehouse. You can see how quickly we can get to exactly just what we need to see. Now let's take a look at one of the orders and follow it through the 3 picking processes. We've been told that order 222334 needs to be picked next. I can find it in a list of orders, or I can easily search for it. There's the order here. I can also search for it and find it. Let's edit the order and prioritize it to the top of the queue. I'm going to make this a hot priority. Save and close that. And now if we filter this list again, we can see that our order 222334 is the very next one that will be picked. Now that that is done, let's pick it the 3 different ways. While pick by paper is not the optimum process, there are some key gains that can be realized. This includes being able to queue the orders by date and priority, which you've just seen, being able to record out of stocks right at the workstation, and being able to record productivity of the pickers. All great benefits that can significantly improve your operational capabilities. Let's see this in action in the app. This is the interface for both pickers and the checkout or packing team. A user will scan their badge and then indicate what job they want to do, either picking or checkout. I'll select starting a pick. Since we selected start pick, the next queued order will queue to print. Notice that it is the order that we prioritized to the top of the queue. The picker can print that and now indicate that it either printed or they can reprint it if need be. Since the pick list printed, we can indicate that. The screen goes back to the main menu for the next picker to get their order. The picker is now out picking the order and eventually comes back to the workstation. They scan the barcoded order number and complete the order, indicating if there are any adjustments or not. Moving on to the QC and packing process, a team member will scan their badge and indicate they want to check out the order. They will then scan the order. The packing team can verify the order and indicate if there are any adjustments. And confirm the final order. Looking at the completed order, we can see that the adjustment at the QC packing process took place and all the timestamps at each step in the process. This also gives us the picking units per hour for the picker. You can see how all of these benefits can be achieved even with paper-based picking. We queued up the picks in the Quickbase app. They came in by day, by priority, but then we could sequence ones above those that were in there. We can see how the printer picks only the next order in priority sequence. We don't have to print these in advance. We can record any out-of-stock items at the workstation. This could have been done by the picker, and this process was done by QC/packer. And it enabled a whole new levels of tracking picker productivity. These are great accomplishments with paper-based picking. Moving on to the next pick method, pick by label enables pickers to pick using labels printed with the order information. Barcodes on the label enable pickers to easily indicate when an item is short. And you can even batch pick using labels. Let's take a quick look at labels being printed on demand by a picker. Again, the next order is queued up and the picker gets it just like that. Typically, it is one label per item or pallet if you're doing pallet level picking. They can now go out and pick the order, and if any is not available, come back and scan the barcode on the remaining labels to indicate it was not picked. Moving on to the way many warehouses operate with paperless picking. Whether handheld devices with barcode scanners built right into them, or forklift mounted devices with an attached barcode scanner, paperless picking is usually the optimum process. Once a picker is presented the pick, they can then immediately complete the work, not worrying about any paper or labels. Let's take a closer look at this. Here's the pick list that we're about to pick. You can see that none of the items have been picked yet. Let's go pick them on the mobile application. Here on the mobile app, you can see the primary warehouse functions that are available. Each user would see only what they have access to. Let's go into the pick function and then scan or select the pick list that we're going to pick today. We can see that they've all been allocated from this warehouse location. As we scan through the list, we can see the 3 items that were on the pick list are here, giving us the details behind each one and how many we need to pick. Now it's time to start scanning. We'll scan the first item and then put in that we picked the 50 of those. And it gives us an indication that that was properly picked. And now only the next 2 show up. Going on to the second item, we scan that item. And again, put in the quantity that was picked. Now let's move on to our last item and pick that one. But instead of all 350, let's say we only have 320 of them. Of course, we've got now 30 more to pick. But if we look in the application, we can see in real time we're updating that with what's occurring on the warehouse floor. In addition, the picker can now move immediately onto the next order they need to pick, since this is all paperless. Along with what you have seen in the demos, you can have various picking options, including single order picking and batch or wave picking. Companies that need it can also combine picking methods for added traceability. Remember this slide from the beginning of the presentation? Using any of the 3 picking methods demonstrated today, you can now send the completed order picking data back to your ERP solution. The Quickbase order management processes have been used to make your company much more agile while keeping the corporate systems up to date. The key takeaways from this session include showing that you can incorporate various picking methodologies into Quickbase applications. This can extend current Quickbase apps or enable edge use cases from legacy ERP solutions. And you can hit the trifecta of business process improvement by improving productivity and providing a higher level of quality and service to your customers. All of what you saw today is on the Quickbase platform and gives you ultimate control, flexibility, visibility, and reporting. It is not often that you could define the best process and the software can exactly meet that. With the Quickbase platform, Trinity can do exactly that for you. And if your needs go beyond order picking to other areas in the supply chain, those can be handled as well. Get hold of us at Trinity. We've done lots of work for clients in many areas of the supply chain. For over 17 years, Trinity has been helping our clients succeed on the Quickbase platform. Our team can do the same for you. Trinity's expertise at business process improvement could set the stage for your company to realize significant improvements and set you up for future success. Here are some of the solutions that Trinity offers. Today, parts of the demo use Trinity Scan for barcode scanning and Trinity Label for printing barcode labels. We also offer an amazing drag and drop scheduling solution for Quickbase that over 50 clients use to schedule such things as projects and jobs, people, laboratory experiments, home visits, construction equipment, and a multitude of other scheduling needs. Along with that, we have full mapping capabilities to route and schedule assets and people and to plot GPS and GIS information on maps. Need chat capabilities right in your app? Trinity Chat can enable that with an in-app, real-time communications. And to highlight one other solution, Trinity has developed many custom Android and iOS mobile solutions for field workers to track time, job information, materials, and a host of other business needs. We can make your field team very productive during their workday. You can find out more and contact us at trinityis.com.